Apparently, bodegas are getting mad at the criminality. So is New York City, because guess what? There's a program to get facial recognition cameras in every store. Well, bodega, I don't know if every store.
Bad lungs. Lungy. Hey, Patter, let this play out, baby.
BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. So apparently, and I'm just want to be clear about this, this was something that had already been being put into effect. So don't get mad at Mayor Adams. Facial recognition cameras coming to a bodega near you. Okay. So first of all, it's a $1 million pilot program. It was announced some time ago. And also, just so we could be clear, this is going to be the first year, right? So they're just now doing it. They're going to start the program in areas of the Bronx and Upper Manhattan. That says a lot about the Bronx, fam. Like, they're like, yo, we got this this thing we got to do to get rid of these dangerous criminals. And the first place they want to make sure that it gets rolled out to is the Bronx. Shout out to the Bronx. For the right reasons, not for this reason. And Upper Manhattan. So basically, the Bronx and Harlem. I mean, there's parts of Manhattan that is Upper Manhattan that isn't Harlem, just so we can be clear. But basically, the Bronx and Harlem, they want to make sure that these facial recognition cameras is there. So basically, these facial recognition cameras, they're basically gonna categorize, I don't know how you want to say it, but they're basically gonna take your photo, basically, and it's gonna put it into like a library or some shit. So let's say that store, you have a certain problem with that particular store, you've ever shoplifted at that particular store, anything has ever happened with you and someone in that particular store or with that particular store, and that store does not want you in there for whatever the purpose is, it's going to immediately recognize you and it's going to send an alert. I just need you to understand this. So it's going to recognize you. It's going to take a high resolution picture of everyone coming and going into the establishment. It's going to be using a computer interface that the owner at the bodega can mess with and figure out what's going on with. And it's going to report customers to the owner of the bodega. Now, it gives an alert when it spots somebody that's been flagged. So basically, let's say somebody come into the store and they do some weirdo stuff. And you're like, get out of here, shaking your fist. Get off my lawn. And so now you go into the computer and you say, you get the face and you're like, this guy, if he ever come in, this guy's not wanted, or this woman is not wanted, or this kid is not wanted, or whatever the case is. So then when this person tries to walk back into the store, what happens is you get an alert. The individual that, I guess is running the place, they get an alert. So there's a couple of different ways that this alert could work, just so we could be clear. Well, if you want, you could literally have the alarm go off in the store. Like the mofo walk in the store and then just like the red lights come on with siren. I don't know. That was the ambulance, by the way. I did the ambulance one. I don't know how to, anyway, there's neither here nor there. So basically, you can have it so that the flagged individual, when they walk in the store, there's just an alarm goes off in the store like immediately and let everybody know what's going on. But you also have a panic button. So you can just no alarm go off. And you got a panic button. You can press it one time for the ambulance, just in case somebody gets injured, EMS. And you press it 2 for the police. So let's say somebody is under, and I'll explain why this is a thing. Give me 1 second. Let's say somebody is in a situation and police need to be called, but not for the individual that got recognized. Let's just say there's a problem in the store and they need to call the police. I want to say something. When I was a kid, people didn't go and attack you when you ran into the store. And this is back in the day. The stores didn't even have effing cameras, man. They had dudes that had to stand in the aisle to make sure that people didn't steal. I'm going to say this again. When I was growing up, the bodegas in my neighborhood, shout out to Manny's. There was a bodega on Manny's between 181st and 182nd in Washington Avenue across the street. Well, down the block and across the street from PS 59. And they stand in the aisle. They just have guys that it's literally their job to stand in the aisle and literally watch people in the store to make sure that nobody is shoplifting. So, just so we could be clear, there's always been a problem. But when you got in trouble, or let's say a gang of people was chasing you and you ran into the store, they did not follow you into the store. See, this is totally different. The reason why I'm saying that is the thing that pushed this over and got them to even want to do this, if y'all don't remember the tragedy that was Lisandro Jr. Guzman Felez, that's the tragedy that created the need for this. Because we're living in a different time. These kids that's growing up now, I'm just going to say what it is. These people that's growing up now, these kids that are now adults, it's like they don't understand consequence. It's like they don't think consequences should come with their actions. It's like they really think, and it seems this way, that they have the right to do whatever the hell they want to do. And nothing bad should happen to them. And if something bad does happen to them, even if they did something bad first, then it's a travesty of justice. Because, privilege. I don't know. In any regard. Because of the Lisandro Jr. Guzman Felez tragedy. That's why this even exists. For everybody that don't know. And this also happened in my old neighborhood. He was cornered in the store on, I believe it was 183rd in Bathgate. He was cornered. They was chasing him. He ran into the store to ask for protection. He jumped behind the counter and everything. These animals ran in the store with machetes and carved him up. And, that's terrible to do that to anybody. But it even makes it worse. That was the wrong guy. They was after gang members of their own gang. Just so we could be clear, the Sunset or something like that. They were after their own gang members. It was like, it was set tripping. And basically what happened is they falsely identified Guzman Felez, who isn't even in a gang. At least, that's still the information that's out today, and there's no reason to believe different. So basically, Francisco Marte, he's part of the Bodega Association. He's been helping to put these in the stores, and they're going to be installing about 60 by next week. So at least 60 bodegas is going to have this by next week. But just so we could be clear, there is some pushback. There are some people that are upset at this and don't think this is a good idea. They're called the New York City Liberties Union. They have raised concerns, basically, saying that, this facial recognition data collection could violate privacy. And it could be problematic if the data is shared with the wrong people. So another thing that they decided that they weren't going to do, that they were going to do initially, was take all of these faces from all of the bodegas and all of the stores and put them into a database. So you can steal from one store and then the next store will also know that you're a thief. But that's problematic because let's say you didn't steal anything and you didn't do anything wrong, but a motherfucker just want to put you on a list. Mess your day up. Now you can't shop nowhere. You can't eat. But you didn't do anything. Yeah, people love lying nowadays, fam. Like, that's the new currency. How good is that lie in comparison to that lie? So people just be out here lying on each other. And it's fun for them, even though, we're not supposed to do these things. In any regard, let me know what y'all guys think about this. Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think this is a bad idea? I'm for this. By the way, I'm 100% for this. I understand that some of our rights will be taken away, but I also understand which rights that they really want to take away. I understand that there are a ton of rights that they do not want us to have. And because they cannot take those rights away, this is the next best thing to do. And then on top of that, if you got maniacs that aren't even from this country running into stores and attacking people, and then, like right now, we have an influx of migrants that is exponential, that is unheard of since the damn the Nina Pinta and the Santa Maria hit the shores. This might be something that will be beneficial, and people will start to be able to point out, you know, these is migrants, those is migrants, those is migrants. All of these crimes, they're being committed by migrants. Democrats. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.